I'd like you to think about whether or not... Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. I can't speak yet. This young man is next. From Colgate.
Okay, can I have your permission to move from smallness to largeness? Yeah! You know, Bughouse Square was one of the most famous free speech places in the world, probably alongside Berkeley, California, and Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park in London. When I was at Speaker's Corner, I stood up and spoke like this just because I knew Marx had spoken there. I knew that Lenin had spoken there. And I know some great people have spoken here. But here's what I'm worried about. This is like a memorial to free speech. It's almost like it's the epitaph. We come here on this one day, sort of paying this little emotional bowing down to free speech, but free speech is being taken from us everywhere. It's all over the place. Yeah. John Washington started, when he opened up here, he talked about how the press isn't a watchdog in Chicago. Well, guess what? The press isn't a watchdog in America. Those big anchors drink at the same bars as the politicians are supposedly covering. We don't get real news.
One man, Ben Jarofsky.
Yeah, Ben Jarofsky. So, I got to thinking, since free speech is maybe a dead icon, and you didn't like the speaker from India who said, let's go back to the way things were, you didn't like that, and I would look at part of the way things were as defending free speech. So I said yes when he asked that question. But I got this question for you, and I want to hear some of you that have been loud, making some taunts. I'm going to wait for some answers from you. What are the limits of my free speech here in Washington Square today?
Unlimited! Unlimited!
What things could I say that would get me off the stage and put me in a jail cell? Okay, so besides the obvious things from Supreme Court decisions, 2 minutes, all right. Well, I would submit to you, as I already have, implicitly, we're in the new Dark Ages. The old Dark Ages, it was a bunch of poor serfs in a controlled environment. Today, it's a bunch of rich serfs in a controlled environment. Political science, sociology, economics, medicine, science, it's all, if you go in those fields, you're stuck in ruts and you can't be a free thinker. Talk with people who have been cast out of all those professions. Glenn Greenwald, the book I'm reading right now, No Place to Hide. He was the guy that Snowden asked to be the guy that delivered the truth. Because Snowden knew he couldn't trust the New York Times and those other supposed organs of free speech.
Pretty rich, Glenn Greenwald. Not a poor guy.
Yeah, I tried to. It's not out in Kindle yet. So here's the thing. Two huge enemies today to free speech are Big Brother and Big Sister. Now, you know Big Brother. In the 60s, we used to wear little pins that said, get your candles ready because the Dark Ages are coming. And people would say, oh yeah, what's Big Brother doing? NSA! Thank you, Edward Snowden. What's he doing? He knows everything about you. And people that say real things, not little small things, are getting carted off to little rooms and interrogated, and having hard drives smashed, and freedom of speech scared out of them. So if that's Big Brother, what's Big Sister? Big Sister is the political correctness conformity that's all around us. Two small examples. Number one, Donald Sterling. A guy in the privacy of his own home says he doesn't want his girlfriend to go hang out with blacks. And for that episode of free speech in his own bedroom, he's banned from the NBA. He has to sell his
banned
team.
from his country club. The NBA is his country club.
What's wrong with saying you're an idiot? Why do we have $2 The other example would be Christian conservatism. You say you believe homosexuality is a sin. Oh my God, you are crucified. Where is free speech?
Well, you haven't. I haven't seen anyone crucified. Where's the crucifixion at?
That's good, thank you. My final thought.
If you have a stupid idea, we just call it stupid. You know
Thank you, I like that. That's good, thank you. Okay, so you're right, that's a good point. Last point. So what's my hope? I really don't think I'm going to be 64 next week. We'll still be sending me a Valentine. I don't have hopes of reforming the free speech we've lost through the Patriot Act and through our government ultimately suppressing free speech. So my hope is in the Bible. Bible prophecy talks about beasts A government like ours, which suppresses people, is a beast. BibleProphecy.net. My stuff is at BibleProphecy.net.